Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Ken Kitts, president of the University of North Alabama, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the faculty and staff of UNA, I welcome you to our fall commencement ceremony honoring post-baccalaureate degree graduates of the Anderson College of Nursing and Health Professions and the College of Education and Human Sciences. Please rise as we bow our heads for a moment of silence and give thanks for our many blessings this year and for these special graduates here this afternoon. Amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Please be seated. This ceremony represents a very special time for each graduate and his or her family and friends. To maintain the dignity of this distinctive occasion and out of respect for all of our graduates, we ask that you please silence cell phones and remain seated until the ceremony has ended so that each graduate's name can be heard when announced. Commencement is a celebration of academic attainment, and to bring greetings to you from the academic community of the University of North Alabama, it is my pleasure to introduce you to our Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Ross Alexander.
Thank you, President Kitts, and thank you for everything you do for UNA and our fine students. Congratulations, graduates. Welcome and thank you for your participation here today. The faculty, staff, and I commend and applaud your accomplishment. This commencement ceremony celebrating graduate students is a relatively new tradition at UNA. It is also an appropriate one since graduate enrollment at the university is growing rapidly. Graduate students now comprise roughly 30% of the entire UNA student body. In fact, UNA's distinction as the fastest growing university in Alabama is firmly attributed to our growth in graduate education. This emphasis on graduate education exemplifies UNA's evolution, maturation, and positive trajectory. The prioritization of innovative, flexible, and workforce-focused master's, specialist, and now doctoral degrees empower graduates to further advance their careers, distinguish themselves in the marketplace, increase their earning potential, and as employers can attest, outperform graduates from much larger universities. In addition, and impressively, most of you earned your respective graduate degrees while working full-time, balancing myriad professional and personal obligations. The Master of Business Administration, Master of Science in Nursing, MS in Criminal Justice, Master of Social Work, MA in Clinical Mental Health Counseling, MS in Sport and Recreation Management, MA in History, and Master of Education are but a few examples of UNA's strong, robust, and growing portfolio of graduate degree programs. With 2 programs, the Executive Doctor of Business Administration and the PhD in Exercise Science and Health Promotion, UNA is now a doctoral granting institution. A 3rd, the Doctor of Nursing Practice, will launch next semester. As you can plainly see, graduate education at UNA will remain a top priority. In closing, good luck to each and every one of you as you utilize your new graduate degree from the University of North Alabama to accelerate your careers. Congratulations, thank you, and roar Lions.
Thank you very much, Provost Alexander. I want to introduce now several people who are celebrating this special occasion with you and ask that these individuals stand when their names are called. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. On stage with me are Dr. Amber Polk, Vice Provost for Academic Affairs and Dean of Graduate and Online Education. Mr. Bishop Alexander, Director of Alumni Relations. Dr. Katie Kinney, Dean of the College of Education and Human Sciences. Dr. Tara Kirkman, Interim Dean of the Anderson College of Nursing and Health Professions. Dr. Ron Patterson, Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Mr. Joe Campbell, our guest speaker, who will be more formally introduced in a few moments. Dr. Ross Alexander, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. And Dr. Jessica Stovall, President of the UNA Faculty Senate. Please join me in welcoming the stage party. Also joining us on stage are several members of our faculty from the 2 colleges whose students are graduating today. Colleagues, thank you very much for being here. Please join me in thanking these faculty members for participating in the ceremony. And last but certainly not least, I also want to recognize and thank Dr. Lloyd Jones, the UNA Jazz Band, and student vocalist Chelsea Haynes for providing the amazing music for these ceremonies. Please help me. And now to our guest speaker. We are most honored to have with us today one of our distinguished alumni, Mr. Joe Campbell. Joe is a 1977 graduate of UNA who then went on to complete his law degree at the Birmingham School of Law in 1981. He's a shareholder with the Baker Donaldson Law Firm that employs over 650 attorneys in 23 offices across the Southeast and Washington, D.C. Joe's legal expertise is in health and medical related matters, and since 1986, he has served as general counsel for the Huntsville Hospital Health System that operates affiliate hospitals all across North Alabama and one in southern Tennessee. As you can see from his bio on page 30 of your commencement program, Joe is active in several professional associations in the legal field, and he still finds time for volunteer service in community projects and organizations as well, including as a member of our own UNA Foundation Board of Directors. Joe is a very busy man, and we appreciate him taking time from his hectic schedule to be with us this afternoon. Please join me in giving a warm University of North Alabama welcome, a welcome home to one of our own, Mr. Joe Campbell.
Thank you, Dr. Kitts. It is an honor really to be here today to speak to you guys and to come back and see what Dr. Kitts has done at University of North Alabama and the changes that are going on and what Ross has done. It's really exciting to see. All the comments that he made in terms of where I am in the legal world, really to understand where all that came from, I've got to go back and start from where I started at UNA early on. And I think I tried to come up with an idea of what I wanted to say to you guys that I thought might be profound, and then I realized no one remembers the graduation speech anyway. So what can I say to you that that you might take with you? So I really kind of try to think back on what. I have 2 boys. Both are in healthcare administration, one in Kentucky and one in Virginia. And I try to think of what did I say to them as they were graduating, as they were starting their career. And so I've come up with 2 points, and just 2 points. But to kind of understand those 2 points, you kind of have to understand my background. So let me kind of walk you through just a little bit of my story. And my story is that I grew up in Huntsville, actually Hazel Green. My dad had a little grocery store on Montesano, and so I grew up on Montesano pumping gas and filling up the Coke box and learning how to wait on customers from the time I was about 11 years old. It was a neat community there because Montesano was where all the German scientists landed when they came here with the NASA program. It was next to the television station, so I kind of grew up around all the television personalities. But my dad taught me something really basic that has carried me through my entire career. He taught me just a basic sense of common courtesy, how to say thank you to people, how to say please, and for a little mom and pop grocery store, come back. But just this common courtesy. So point number 1 that I think that I would ask you to take away from and to build on as you take this next step forward in your career, develop a sense of common courtesy. Learn to say thank you. Be civil to people. Control your temper. Control your language. Those of you in the nursing program, really develop a sense of compassion and caring. It's more than just a job. It is a career. It is a passion for you. So that was point number 1. I came out of high school. I played some sports, but obviously coming out of it with a mom and pop grocery store, I came to UNA. I had to have lots of financial help. There was grants and loans and scholarships. But one of the things that I was able to do is I got a work-study program. And I was fortunate to have a work-study program in the sports information department. Little did I know what doors that would open for me that has had an impact on me for the rest of my career. So point number 2 is be ready when the opportunity presents. Be ready when the opportunity presents. I'd been at work about a month, and the director came to me and said, hey, we got a basketball game tonight at Flowers Hall. Can you keep the scorebook? Well, I'd never kept a scorebook in my life. He didn't ask me, had I kept one? He said, would you keep it? And I said, sure, yes. Answer is yes, I'll keep it. So I'm scrambling to try to find out how to keep a scorebook. And he said, oh, by the way, it's a NBA exhibition game between the Boston Celtics and the Atlanta Hawks. Okay, so the first time I had ever seen an empty scorebook that I had to fill out was the Boston Celtics and Atlanta Hawks. Some of you parents and maybe some grandparents, students won't know this, but one of the players on the Atlanta Hawks team was a guy by the name of Pistol Pete Maravich. So the first scorebook that I ever kept in my life had Pistol Pete Maravich in it. It all went well. It was a successful night. The director came to me and said, are you interested in keeping the scorebook for the basketball season and the football season? Sure, I'll do that. Yes, answer was yes. So I did that. Well, a little bit later, the Florala, those of you, the Florala is the school newspaper, called me and said, well, if you're going to be going to all the ball games, will you write newspaper stories for the summary of the ball games? It's like, I've never written stories for the newspaper before, but yes, I'll do that. And so my freshman year, I began to write stories for the newspaper. The next year, same thing. Can you keep the scorebooks? Yes, I'll do that. Florala calls. Can you do articles? Well, maybe even more than this. This year, would you like to be the sports editor of the newspaper? Yes. How about the diorama, the yearbook? Okay, yes. Another year. Go to the junior year, it becomes, I'm co-editor of the newspaper. Fourth year, I'm senior executive editor of the newspaper. And part of my senior executive editor of the newspaper is I had a weekly meeting with the president, Dr. Goliath at the time, to go over things with university. And we would do an article each week in the newspaper. It hit me at that point that here I was, the senior executive editor of the newspaper, having a weekly meeting with the president, and 4 years earlier I was on a work-study program, not sure how I was going to make it through school, and said yes to an opportunity, just keep a scorebook. So I will tell you, fast forward, both my boys played high school sports. I've kept a scorebook on them their whole career. I've got stacks of scorebooks, and it all goes back to the Boston Celtics and Atlanta Hawks, and what doors that opportunity opened for me. So fast forward, go to law school, graduate from UNA, go to law school. I'm working in a law firm. Been out about 5 years, and I'm green. I'm still trying to find my way to the courthouse, and helping one of the senior partners that happened to be the Huntsville Hospital attorney. And I would go to some meetings with him. I literally would follow behind him and trying to learn everything I could. And I'd been out of law school 5 years, and he got sick and passed away suddenly. So the CEO of the hospital called me and said, I realize you've been following him around. You know a little bit about us. Are you interested in being our attorney? And my answer was, I don't know. I said, whoa, this is a major career change for me. I'd been trying cases. I'd been kind of developing a general practice. This is a big career change. I got to think about this one. So a couple of days later, I went back and sat down with him, and I said, okay, you got to help me. I mean, I'm green. We're going to have to learn this all by ourselves. And at the time, I'll tell you, Huntsville Hospital was a 580-bed hospital, had about 3,000 employees, one hospital. He said, we'll do it together. It's like, okay, I'm in if you're in. So we began to work together. And today, some of you probably know this, some of you, I hope, have jobs upcoming at Huntsville Hospital System. And if you don't, I got a table set up out here that there's for nurses that today Huntsville Hospital is a 13-hospital system all across North Alabama. We've just gone into Tennessee. 18,000 employees. We're the largest employer other than Redstone Arsenal in North Alabama. And we are making, I believe, a positive impact on healthcare in the community. I believe we're actually improving healthcare across North Alabama in areas that really need it. So it was not always easy. There was always hurdles. There was bumps. There was difficult times. There were times that we said yes, we should have said no, and there were times that we said no, we should have said yes. But here we are today. And when I sit here today in front of you and I look back, I can go back to that decision. It sounds a bit that I'm undermining that whole, but I can go back to that decision of, will you keep that scorebook? It opened doors for me, and I just kept taking steps and steps and steps, and here I am today, been 36 years as general counsel of the fourth largest public hospital system in America. Who could have believed that those many years ago? The message, that's my story, but my message to you is, you're going to get confronted with some opportunities. You're going to get confronted with decisions that you have to make. Be bold. Take risk. Say yes. Sometimes you say yes and then you figure it out. I had to figure out how to keep a scorebook for an NBA basketball game, but I did. Figure it out. Take risk. The whole underlying part of it, though, is point one is really develop a sense of common courtesy. Put your phones down. Learn to talk to each other. Learn to communicate. The say yes or no, particularly you guys going into the healthcare world. You're coming into these hospitals, you've got to be able to communicate with the patients. Their whole life is hanging in your balance. You have chosen a noble career. You're needed. There are jobs awaiting for you. And take advantage of those opportunities. But do it in a way that you're really investing in yourself. Just step out and do it. Say yes, say yes. So if there's nothing that I've said today that you will remember is be ready. You're going to have some opportunities. They're coming. They're right around the corner. You may already be facing some opportunities. Be ready. Obviously, you've taken the first major step by getting an education. That's just the step. Today is your commencement exercise. Commencement means it's beginning, not end. This is the beginning of the rest of your career. Be bold, be courageous, step out, and but most of all, be ready. Congratulations. Congratulations. Godspeed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Campbell, for being with us and for those wonderful remarks that you shared with us. It is my pleasure to again introduce the UNA Jazz Band and Ms. Chelsea Haynes for a musical selection.
While the storm clouds gather
Thank you very much for that selection. The deans will now present candidates for the conferral of their respective post-baccalaureate degrees. Would Dr. Tara Kirkman, Interim Dean of the Anderson College of Nursing and Health Professions, please come forward?
As you are able, would candidates for master's degrees in the Anderson College of Nursing and Health Professions please stand and remain standing? President Kitts, on behalf of the graduate faculty and the graduate council, it is with great pleasure that I present these candidates to you for the conferral of their master's degrees.
Through the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees for the University of North Alabama, I now bestow upon each of you your respective master's degree. Congratulations. You may be seated. Would Dr. Katie Kinney, Dean of the College of Education and Human Sciences, please come forward?
As you are able, would candidates for master's and education specialist degrees in the College of Education and Human Sciences please stand and remain standing? President Kitts, on behalf of the graduate faculty and the graduate council, it is with great pleasure that I present these candidates to you for the conferral of their post-baccalaureate degrees.
Through the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees for the University of North Alabama, I now bestow upon each of you your respective master's degree. Congratulations. Please be seated. Graduates, many of you may have earned your bachelor's degrees from UNA, but others of you are now new graduates of this institution. In either regard, you all are now alumni of the University of North Alabama, and our Director of Alumni Relations, Bishop Alexander, will now come to the podium to extend greetings.
Thank you, President Kitts. First and foremost, before I give my remarks, join me in applauding our distinguished guest, alumnus Joe Campbell. Good evening, distinguished guests, alumni, family, friends, esteemed faculty, administration, and to our live stream global audience. I bring you greetings from the Office of Alumni Relations. As a proud two-time North Alabama graduate, I count it an honor and a privilege to stand before you as your Director of Alumni Relations. To the UNA class of 2022, on behalf of 70,000 alumni, congratulations on a job well done and reaching this important milestone in your life. As you reminisce and look back over your student tenure, do you remember your first day on campus? Do you remember coming to so many different events and wondering, what does the future hold for me at the University of North Alabama? Fast forward years later, and you find yourself at commencement weekend, getting ready to take that final walk across the Norton Auditorium stage and officially become an alumni. Every memory made along the way, whether it was at SOAR, the Big Deal, like the Fountain, tailgating with friends on Spirit Hill, or within the classroom, gaining wisdom and knowledge from our esteemed faculty has played a major role in shaping you for the future. Those countless hours spent studying for finals or working on a class project with your peers was worth every minute to prepare and equip you for the road ahead. As you begin a new chapter, the Office of Alumni Relations is committed to supporting you in the best way possible. We are committed to all alumni, establishing a relationship with you at the level that you are most comfortable with and keeping you connected to your alma mater in the capacity that is meaningful for you. The University of North Alabama will continue to be a valued resource to alumni as you go out into the world as our ambassadors, movers, and shakers. You're now a part of a global alumni network that shares a common bond, love, and appreciation for each other in our alma mater. If you need advice, I encourage you to reach out to fellow alumni to harness the knowledge, power, and influence of a global alumni network that will encourage and support you along the way. If you are looking to volunteer through the National Alumni Association or get involved in your local alumni club in your nearby city, we are here to help and assist you in the best way possible. I strongly recommend, after today, taking the opportunity to visit our alumni website at una.edu/alumni, which will be a valuable resource for you to learn about ways that you can stay involved and connected to your alma mater. The doors of Rogers Hall, our alumni house, are always open to alumni, donors, and friends of UNA. We appreciate and value your continued support, dedication, and contributions. We look forward to seeing you all back here on campus for different alumni gatherings in a city near you, at a North Alabama athletic sporting event, and especially homecoming. Our daily mission and purpose are to help alumni stay connected to the University of North Alabama. Whether it's through time, talent, or treasure, we need you, you are important, and you have a purpose. Your fellow alumni are rooting for you. And as our commencement speaker has said, we care about you and want the best for you. Every alumni matters, every alumni has a story, and every alumni story has a valuable and meaningful lesson. Class of 2022, as you continue your journey after today, never forget your UNA story. Congratulations, and roll lines.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alexander. Graduates, all the preliminaries are over. We've had our time on the stage, now it's yours. Will the marshals please begin conducting the candidates to the platform?
Marissa Rigpala Mitchell. Faith Bonitz. Christina Evans. Abigail Johnson Gorbatoff. Evans Elena Wall. Stanford Terrell Nettles. Marcy Michaela Bowling. Joy Marie Harrington. Jeffrey Shane Carter. Brandy Annette Tucker. Caitlin Morris. Audra Renee Hooper. Melissa Shelby Morris. Casey Pujol. Halima Ahumadi Alanzi. Anna Beth Chandler. Elizabeth Jordan Humphrey. Mackenzie Mann. Lily Ann Caraway. Kelsey Renee Atkinson. Caitlin Clarissa Griffin. Amy Renee White. Ashley Naney. Rebecca Lynn Furman. Ashley Dale McKnight. Sandra Renee Nichols. Hillary Holland. Rachel Clay Averett. Kayla Nicole Bray. Molly Brooke Cox. Lindsay Marie Hendrickson. Audrey Denise Poston. Hannah Jarchene Case. Pearlie Tuetle Huyn. Olamide Idowu. Shakwa Renee Williams. Brianna Nicole Vinson. Graham Pugh. Brian Matthew Atkins. Sandra Lynn Waltman. Adriana Andrade Denby. Andrea Ray Bryant. Claire Allison Peck. Jennifer Perry Stagg. Craigus R. Nelson. Taylor Rebecca Barnett. Stacy Phillips. Kendall Dwayne Lacey. Takeo Drakel Higgins. Yuram Wan. Susan Renee Falk. Mary Kate Elkins. Madison Brooke Aldridge. Emily Ann Bolden. Jennifer Lee Pate. Abdullah Ali bin Musharit. Abdul Karim Boulaid Aruki. Dan Emily Green. Roa Omar Afaree. Sarah Michelle Kirkpatrick. Megan Rummage. Keely Ann Saint. Kelly Devin Ballard Henson. Bailey Ann Cook. Lauren Ferris Long. Kristen Nicole Moreland. Christine Marie Dubelac. Tabitha Janelle Pilkington. Sydney Catherine Berryman. Emily Erin Salter. Matthew Sprinkle. Jessica Nicole Ross. Miranda Ford. Julia Suzanne Maynard. Dallas Ray Maples. Samantha Jo Ivy. Tahung Chung. Katie Brooke Clanton. Carissa Lorraine Moody. Hunter Johnson. Kayla Diane Martin. Alonda Brooke Leonard. Samantha Hope Walker. Rotana Rafat Shafei. Neil Cameron Collins. Maximilian Alexander Hamke. Faisal Abdulaziz Alzarani. Jordan Alexandra Maris Breedwell. Kesley Nicole Butler. Kayla Noel Butler. Hannah Townsend Giles. Joetta Smith Edwards. Kaylee Perry. Melissa Joy Collins. Helen Patton Skutak. Jennifer Carolina Watkins. Victoria Marley Ridgway. Marsha Marie Mooney. Yunseo O.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join with me as we honor all these graduates with a well-deserved round of applause. Graduates, stand up and look at these people who are applauding you. Thank them for their support. Thank you so much. If everyone would be seated for just another moment, please. So graduates, truly, we commend you for your hard work and the personal sacrifices and the perseverance that have led you to the platform this evening to receive your degrees. We're proud of you. I want to hear you to hear me say that. We're very proud of you, as are your families and friends. And as you leave this university to make your mark in the world, I have but one request, and that's take UNA, take this wonderful, beautiful, historically important university with you, carry it in your heart wherever you go, and greet those fellow alumni with a hearty roar lions, and know that we send our very best wishes with you. I would like to thank Dr. Ross Alexander, Dr. Ron Patterson, Dr. Tara Kirkman, Dr. Katie Kinney, Mr. Bishop Alexander, and Professor Patrick Shrimshock for their assistance with this evening's program. And we thank each of you in the audience for joining us to celebrate these graduates. At this time, would everyone please rise for the playing of the alma mater?